What's up guys, so for today's video, let's talk about Steve, everyone's favorite character online. I'm sure no one has ever fought Steve and said, wow, this character's carried online, this character's broken, I hate this character's cheap, doesn't have fun, doesn't play the game properly. Minecart is a stupid move that should be nerfed, Steve's never gonna do well offline, but he's also low tier offline, but top tier online. Oh my god, upsets because Steve, blah, 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 blah. Right? No one's ever said any of those things about Steve. So, you know why I'm here today then? I just want to talk about, in case someone were to say those things about Steve and did have those opinions that he's a broken character online compared to offline, just, let's just talk about it, and I give my opinion of whether I think this character is actually just like Wi-Fi carried character or if he's legitimately just really, really good. And this comes from someone whose opinion on the character has done a complete 180. When he came out, I kind of said, I don't think this character's that good. He's okay, not awful, but not, I might say he's awful, honestly. So anyway, with that said, I've come around to the opinion that at least online, he's an absurdly good character. That's just facts, right off the bat. I'm not even going to discuss this anymore. Absurdly good online. But is this character only good online, or is he going to be really good offline? Let's look at his kit real quick. So, let's just get the giant pink elephant out of the room right now. Side B. This move is busted. This move is better than Sonic Spin Dash. This move, if you look up the definition of DLC privilege in the dictionary, you should find this move. This side B is not okay. It's a powerful hitbox, leads to combos, command grab, can lock you and shield as a result, really fast, especially when you have gold and redstone, he just zooms with it. Can act out really early, so you can basically, you can do this, right? You can just be like, I'm a neutral, I'm mining, whatever, and suddenly, should I do anything? What about side B? And I can act out as soon as this. Also, the beginning of the move, I believe, has invincibility. I'm gonna double check. So it's basically impossible to challenge Steve at the start of the move. Around here, I can jump out. So I can be pressuring. I can go back to defense. I can do whatever I want here while the opponent has to deal with this. And if they're a big character, they're a slow character. If they commit to an attack. There's so many things that this punishes, and so many characters that just don't have a good answer to this. So, is this a Wi-Fi move? Kind of. Because if you're playing a character that has answers to it by just jumping and hitting Steve out of it, say a character with fast airspeed, maybe a Crom, or you're kind of floaty, you can kind of jump a little bit early to catch this move, like Rosa, or we just have massive hitboxes like Shulk. Yeah, you can kind of deal with this move, or you're really fast on the ground, maybe you just dash at Steve. With that said, you still kind of have to preempt this move and commit to punishing it, and since Steve can back out so early, you can try to hit him here, and you can just jump, and suddenly, he hits you. So, broken move, absolutely dumb on Wi-Fi, better Sonic Spin Dash, and I hate to say it, it's lame. And the only weakness is it requires resources, which good Steve players have learned to consistently get. And in order to fight Steve, you have to stop him from getting resources, right? Let's see real quick. I believe it's invincible at the start of the move. It's hard to tell because of the lighting. But anyway, I'm sure someone in the chat can answer that for me. Also, I know if Steve breaks his minecart, he gets the materials back. Or the iron back. And I think if other people break it as well, he gets the iron back. But I'm sure someone in the comments section would know better than me. So comments, please answer that question for me. So that move is dumb. Now what about his combo game, right? This is clearly just better offline. I hate to break it to you guys. I hate to. But combos online tend to be worse than offline. There are some characters with very easy combos. Hi Terry Players, how you doing? That work online because it just work. Very, very simple. Not much timing. Steve's combos kind of are like that, but honestly, there's a very high peak for his combo game that you can't quite get online consistently, so offline? Oh my god, you don't want to deal with this offline. Just don't want to. Speaking of things you don't want to deal with offline, this is one of those really, really, really busted 2-frame tools in a lot of matchups. So that's better offline too, because you can time it better. This doesn't sound bad, right guys? I don't think you like where this is going. But so those things are just flat out better offline, even as ledge trapping. Just like this. Now, pretty much everyone's ledge trapping is better offline. It's only a matter of how much worse is it online. And in that regard, Steve is nothing special. He can kind of set up TNT and just guess with his ledge trapping, and it works well enough because TNT down smash covers a lot of things. I mean, a lot of things. It's dumb, right? Pretty darn dumb, pretty powerful. So that's whatever, but that's going to be good offline, and obviously his probably a lot more stuff for Steve to figure out. I see Steve players do things, they put like a TNT block like on a platform and up tilt it, and then they can like stand here and cover jump with that, and cover other options by just standing here. And oh man. So, lunch trapping, set. And also I'll mention real quick is his aerials having such absurd frame, or all of his attacks having absurd frame data and destroying and being pretty safe, means he kind of gets to match them online. And I think offline, the mashy nature of him is a little bit easier to punish and to deal with. But at the same time, it's still going to be good. Like, you're going to be fighting Steve doing this and be like, well, I can't hit, I can't punish this. Oh, I can't challenge this. Like, all of his attacks are still going to be absolutely bonkers. You know, punish things that shield, like that fair, and you just die. You can SDI his, like, rising fair, like the sword hitbox and the jab, and even up tilt, but mostly the sword hitbox is better offline, to be fair, but there's still going to be obnoxious tools most characters aren't quite built to deal with, to be fair. Now, recovery. I'll say Steve's recovery is one of those few things that should be worse offline, just quite frankly. Because, yep, he has a hitbox, but it's not particularly, like, great. You pretty easily challenge if you get edge guarding. The problem is you need very good timing to punish like this, because you have to react to which way he's going. But because it's not that, like, scary to contest, it's one of those recoveries that's real, and it's kind of linear, to be honest. You know, a lot of Steve players like this, like kind of side B and then up B, and it's like kind of something how you can hit like Steve out of side B a lot easier offline when you can react to it, even if it's still busted. His recovery is still gonna be busted, but because it's not like threatening you, because it's not getting reversal by it and putting it in bad spots, and because it's kind of easy to see coming, that's gonna be worse, much worse offline. Same probably with his whole like ledge stall thing where he does like this, lands on block. I forgot how to do exactly. You can like do this and put like a block down though. Why isn't that? What? Wait, what? Anyway, he can do like some sort of block stall, and that will also be worse offline, to be fair. Just because you can go for 2 frames and stuff, but it's still gonna be pretty good. So overall, his disadvantage state probably takes a decent hit. He's very slow in the air, and when you can counter play downer by reacting a lot better, that's gonna hurt him a lot. Like, he's not gonna just go, oh, I'm in disadvantage, I'm being juggled, what about just downer? Like, he's still gonna be able to do that, but you can be able to punish that so much better. So I think he's gonna have a lot more trouble getting back to neutral, and that's gonna be a huge deal. And I feel like the other pink elephant in the room I get to address is just this, setting up this in neutral. And I'm sorry to break it to you guys, well, something like this is just naturally going to be hard to deal with offline, because he does this and he reacts to your approach. Like, oh my god. Like, you try approaching this like online, you kind of have to make him guess. He can't react to a lot of things that well, so he has to kind of like, you know, read them. Not that it's like hard for him. He limits options, punishes as like this and this. But specifically like offline, when he can basically see you doing a bit earlier and react to it earlier, and like you're forced to commit to something to deal with block neutral. Oh god, I'm sorry to break it to you. I hate it. I hate it. Don't worry, I don't like this. I don't like saying these things. But dealing with that is only gonna get worse over time, I think. Now, other things worth mentioning, forward smash spam, I see like Jake do a slide is like this. Now that's just Wi-Fi. Now this move's good frame data. Overall, decent hitbox, very powerful, but this clearly is one of those things where it's gonna start janking people out because they're gonna try punishing it, not knowing like the frame data on it. But there's enough lag on this move generally to punish it offline. So that's just gonna be like him fishing for kills with like this, or even like this because he's kind of slow in the air and this move's kind of slow. Will be worse offline. So don't worry, guys. You're not everything is doom and gloom against this character. And I think for the most part, what's gonna happen with this character is that he's gonna surprisingly, and I hate saying it, I say surprisingly because I thought this character was kind of bad, but he's gonna surprisingly be probably a monster offline as well. A little bit worse than online. The fact you can handle side B a lot better with a good portion of the cast is gonna be relevant. His disadvantage state being much more exploitable is gonna be relevant. him not be able to just fish for kill moves and get them nearly as easily. Like, in fact, he kills very easily offline. And I think offline is going to be a lot harder to get kills with him. That's going to hurt him a bit, but this neutral, these absurdly fast buttons will lead into combos and his crazy combo potential. The fact that he forces, like, people to approach and he just gets stronger by me. Like, the fact that his game plan is just such a functional game plan. As a defensive game plan, like, I think everyone better learn the Steve matchup offline. I'm gonna say it right now. Because I think every scene is gonna have a Steve or 2 or 3 of their locals. They're gonna be like, it's a Steve player offline and get beat their ass. And they gotta fight them and they gotta lose. Be like, what's going on? I'm an offline player. There's no way I could lose to this online player who picked up Steve. That's gonna happen. So you have to learn the Steve matchup, and I think he's gonna be very common. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. I really am. I'm just gonna end the video right now. Peace out. I'll say one last thing to make you guys feel a little bit better. He's probably not a top tier offline. He's probably just gonna be a very solid high tier. And with that said, though, he only gets better over time because how technical he is. So if I'm wrong and he ends up being a top tier, well, might be. Peace, y'all.